Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for December 3rd to the 10th. We'll just jump into it, shall we? Life is a crazy thing, and we all know it. It's nice to be here with you again doing this reading. So I invite you to just close your eyes. Take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and just pull yourself into this present moment. Letting yourself just be here fully now. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children listening to this recording now and in the future. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information that we collectively most need to receive right now, and to provide that in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. My intention is to be a clear channel for what we need to receive right now, to be fully present, and again, to be here, now, clear, bringing through what needs to be brought through for you, for me, for all of us, for this beautiful planet. I'd like to invite my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening to be present and facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible for the highest and greatest good of all concerned, now and in the future. I'd also like to invite the four archangels to come and hold the four directions around us wherever we are across time and space, creating sacred container of light, of love, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of peace, just deep groundedness and presence, so that wherever we are, anyone listening is part of our collective here now, and their asking is contributing to the pulling through of the solutions and the answers that we're seeking for our collective highest and greatest good, and of course the greatest good of this beautiful planet we call home. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. So let's get to it, shall we? What is it that we most need to know this week for our highest and greatest good and the highest greatest good of anyone connected to us, any other life that we share our world with, and of course the good of this planet? Humanity is growing up, we are evolving, we are waking up, we are learning that we have to take responsibility for ourselves, our actions on this planet, our choices personally and collectively. This is all about humanity growing up. No one is coming to our rescue. We have to do it ourselves. So time to pull our socks up and get to work, huh? And the work starts with us, personally, within us. Choices we're making personally and every day. Who are we? What are we choosing? How are we living our lives? Are we congruent with the inner knowing of who we are? If you don't know what that is, that's okay. That's what this time is all about. We're all discovering who we really are and what we're here to do. So let's see what the cards have in store for us this week. We have a solar eclipse on Saturday, the 4th, or the 3rd, depending on where you are on the planet tomorrow, which is supposed to be quite intense. And the astrology the next little while is supposed to be pretty intense as well. As one person I follow says, it's like the seesaw, the middle of the seesaw, like it's we're reaching that tipping point. So take heart, please, and stay in your good place as much as possible, and hopefully the reading today will help you to do that. So recent past, what do we need to know as we move into the future? This idea of balance. Stay in your happy place. Stay in your balanced place. Don't let things rock you. There's a lot of information out there right now. All kinds of things. All kinds of things. And you don't necessarily need to listen to all of it. You don't necessarily need to plug into any of it. The media is a kind of a strange place right now. There's a lot of strange things being said. And it's okay to take a break. It's okay to find what brings you more life, more joy, more upliftment, and just to be there for a while. That's perfectly okay. We want to cultivate our space of balance as much as possible. As I said, there are narratives out there on all ends of the spectrum which can be tremendously discombobulating, and giving your attention and your energy to that will add to your own personal discombobulation, but it's not helping you to achieve this. So part of the mental diet or the emotional diet that I think we need to be considering right now is, where are we putting our attention, our energy, and our focus, and how do we stay in this place? And ultimately, the learning that we're coming to is to come back to ourselves, to come back to our heart, to come back to who are we, what are our preferences, and to live our life in this moment right here now, because the only truth that we know is our own, what we're doing in our nowness. So I encourage you to, as much as possible, locate that for yourself and stay there as much as possible. Okay, the present card is the Hierophant, the Pope in other decks. This is a major arcana. It has to do with connecting to the inner teacher, meditation, going within, grounding in. Often there's a tradition, a spiritual tradition associated with this card. So it's going inward, finding a clearing within yourself, the broader, wiser part of you, anchoring into that so that you are coming at life from a more level, grounded, peaceful place. The broader, wiser part of us is there to help us navigate everything that we're going through. We don't have to do it with our small monkey mind. We can do it with the broader part of us that is wise and intentional and intelligent and capable. We can leverage that wisdom and that collective conduit, so to speak. Our broader, wiser self is connected to all that is. We are all one. We forget that in our little clump. But ultimately, we are all one. And when we engage in meditation or some kind of practice that is grounding and centering and balancing, we are connecting to this wisdom. We're connecting to this power and this ability to stay grounded, guided, present, and in our now, which is what this is referring to. So this is very much the same idea, this idea of, but very intentionally seeking that out. And I would add to that, being in nature. Nature is an incredible grounding force and enables us to really be so much more present in our now. The problem with all of those narratives that are out there is they pull us out of our now and our knowingness of what's true for us right here, right now. It gets us worrying, it gets us concerned, it gets us spinning over here, over there, somewhere out of our field though. And we need to be deliberate about this and realize that this is happening. And when you see it happen to yourself, you say, okay, I got pulled off. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back to myself. Take that deep breath. Hand on the heart. Drop back into your body. And just be here now. You know, you could even say to yourself, how do I know that's true? I don't know it's true. All I know is what is right here, right now is what's true. Your present moment is what's true. And what are you creating with it? So coming back to that, coming back to your present moment. And anchoring in meditation, that spiritual practice is so essential right now for helping us to reach for our higher, broader self. The next card is the card of generosity. The Six of Pentacles. Pentacles, of course, is the earth element. It has to do with material things and generosity of the material, generosity of the earth element. This energy of flowing our good into the world. And this can be money, this can be other resources, this can be our gifts, this can be our good thoughts, our well wishes, our peace and our balance. We can be generous with our energy when we are in a good place. So this is really essential to moving forward into this. And when we operate from that place of generosity, giving what is appropriate, not till the point that we're drained, because that's not what that's about at all. But being generous with what we have to share with the world and shining brightly, giving our gifts, seeing others, affirming them, recognizing them, saying yes to them. So powerful right now to help each other to stay grounded and to stay present. And that generosity of spirit of being in the present moment is a gift hugely right now. Just staying in your now, staying positive, staying grounded in what's true for you. And letting your emotions just run through you. None of these cards are very emotional, but it's just this coming back to this idea that this is a very tumultuous time. It continues to be intense. We're all having our feelings, recognizing that those feelings are just something that flows through us. They're not to be clung to or held on to. They simply are. They're part of what we do as a human. We have emotion. You can give it a name as it comes to you: anger, fear, joy, happiness. And let it flow through you and then move on. It's so grounding. Having this kind of practice being in nature is so helpful for just navigating all that extra emotion we may be going through right now. And then the card of the foundation this week is the Queen of Wands. Again, this creativity, this inspiration, this passion, tapping into that energy and the feminine aspect of that energy, like intuitively going after what it is that lights us up, paying attention to that, giving it our attention and allowing it to flow in our lives. This is good for us. This is good for everyone around us. Being in that generative, creative space. We need people to be in their happy, generative space. Whether you're a musician, you're an artist, you're a gardener, you're a business person, whatever it is that brings your heart to joy and brings you to peace and upliftment and happiness, go there. That generative energy, tap into it and let it nourish you. And as it nourishes you, it'll nourish everybody around you. Again, it's coming back to this idea that we're not here alone. We're here together, but we're each having a unique experience. And so being in you and having your good experience, tapping into this good energy, this balanced energy, this meditation, and then flowing what's appropriate into the world to those around you, seeing them, affirming them, evoking the good from them, will be fabulous for shifting our planet, for shifting our world in good ways. It doesn't serve anyone when we're spun out in fear, or worry, or anxiety. We have to come back to us, to right here, right now, and know that everything is working out for our highest and greatest good, even if it doesn't seem like it. There is a broader, wiser wisdom flowing through our lives, and everything that comes our way, as challenging as it is an opportunity. And reframing that in your life as the opportunity is tremendously empowering and allows you to be in a more resilient, resourceful place so you can see where you need to go. And a practice of meditation will help you to do that. And again, it can be a moving meditation. It can be a practice like yoga. It can be a practice like Qigong or Tai Chi. Anything that brings you into deeper connection to yourself. A walking meditation in nature, brilliant. Being in your now, being in your body, experiencing the beauty of life, the beauty of nature, the in and out of your breath, the good feeling of the stretch as you do your asanas. All of that good is helping to build this lovely energy of balance, of goodwill, of generosity, of open-heartedness, of peace, which we need on the planet right now. Okay, I think that's pretty clear, pretty straightforward. We're coming, this energy of balance is important. We need to continue to carry it forward with us. It may be helpful to ground in that meditation practice. As we move into the future, there's this flow, and of course we're coming into the winter season, the holiday season, and this generosity of spirits, the end of the year. I think it's the giving time of year for tax purposes, if for no other reason. But that energy of generosity is so helpful because it boosts us and it boosts those around us, and that's a beautiful thing. And then this energy of creativity, of generative energy, of creating, of being in that lovely space, whether it's making beautiful cookies or composing a song or writing poetry. I don't know what it is that brings you to joy. Knitting, Just let yourself go there. Let yourself have that because it's nourishing. All right, so let's pull our card to grow on, shall we? Thank you to the cards. Okay, so in summary, which is the card that we could pull forward with us this week to keep us centered and grounded and peaceful and open and generous and flowing, all that good energy to be the best that we can be in our lives right here, right now, whatever that means, wherever we are, whatever's going on, striving to be our best, our most neutral, grounded, peaceful, as well as creative and generative and generous. So our card to grow on this week is the King of Swords. It's a very practical card. Very practical. It's the king, so it's the masculine energy, which is all about, a linear plan, working the plan. Swords are about ideas and action. It's the state of the mind. It's the suit of air. It's very much about being practical, what needs to be done, and doing it. Making your list, making your plan, working the plan, getting things done. So the card to grow on this week is just encouraging us to be practical. In light of all the kookiness on the planet and all the emotional triggers that are out there, staying in our now, staying in our reality and being practical about it and doing what needs to be done is going to serve us really well at navigating the kookiness out in the world. We can't know all that there is to know. All we can know is what is here, right now. We can pay attention to our intuition, our knowingness around it. But it's important not to get stuck, not to get attached to any of the emotion, not to get, if you are triggered, to stay very practical about it and go, oh, look at that, I'm a little bit upset, or I'm triggered by that. Okay, that's okay. It will pass, because that's what happens as a human being. Things pass through us and we move on. And to stay attentive to that which is on your list and needs to be done. Just get it done. Do the work that you need to do. Do the things that need to be done. It's a practice. It's a mindfulness practice when we get down to those things and we do them. It helps us to stay, again, chop wood, carry water. That is enlightenment. Before enlightenment, after enlightenment. That is what there is to be done. And this will serve us very, very well in staying in our now, staying neutral, staying clear, regardless of what is going on in the outer world. Staying in your now and getting your work done. I hope this helps you this week to stay in your good place, get your things done, and be happy. It's important. Okay. And with that, we'll wrap up the reading. Creator, thank you for this opportunity to do this work, to bring these messages through. I want to thank you, and I want to thank all those who help to hold the space, all the angels, all the ancestors, all those who guide us and support us and hold us in a good way, our broader, wiser selves, our future selves. I want to thank all those who are holding us in good light, good love, good wisdom, in our highest good, seeing us as we could be, helping us to navigate these challenging times. I appreciate all the love and all the kindness and all the support. And I want to thank each and every one of you as well for being here, for seeking to be all that you can be, for seeking to be grounded and neutral, content in your heart, in your now, navigating your life from that really good space, a space of clarity and kindness. We are moving through this. Humanity is going through tremendous growth. We're learning to evolve, and not everyone is ready for that, and it's okay. We're transcending a three-dimensional perspective of reality, and we're moving to a higher, call it a fifth-dimensional perspective of reality, a more spiritual, connected, telepathic, intuitive way of being. And that can be kind of scary for those who aren't open to it, or who've always thought that the mind was it. The body and the mind, that's all there is. So this expansion is, it's just going to take some time. So stay as happy as you can, do your good work, stay in that creative, generative space. When you start to feel maybe a little bit overwhelmed with the world, maybe turn the knob off on that TV or whatever device it is that you get your media from, and just come back to you, come back to your life, come back to those around you. How can you be generous with them? How can you bring them more joy, more light, more love? It's a wonderful practice, and it's an appropriate thing for this time of year. How do we add more light as we go into the darkest time of the year? We're each a wonderful spark, and I'm grateful you're here and working on being your best spark. Thank you for that. Much love and light. Have a wonderful week and enjoy the eclipse. If you're looking for more information, maybe I'll see if I could put the link down below to Pam Gregory's recording on the eclipse energy so that you can have a look at that if you'd like, just to kind of know what we're going through the next couple of days and the period of time that comes after an eclipse, because it isn't just a day or two, it's a stretch of time. Much love and light. Take care. Bye for now.